Well, hello everyone. September is upon us and I couldn't be more excited. I love this time of year. The back to school vibes is almost giving New Year vibes to me. There's something about back to school that gives that. Nora is actually going to school this year, pre-kindergarten. It's wild. And then also the spooky season is here. I'm getting out all of my fall things, home decor, and I want to watch all of the scary movies. And so you'll see all of that kind of reflected in my September TBR. I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope that I enjoy it. I am particularly excited about this TBR. Firstly, I've got a new book that I am so curious about. This is Strange Sally Diamond by Liz Nugent. This follows Sally Diamond, who was adopted at the age of 7 by a psychiatrist. She doesn't really remember anything from before she was adopted, but when she turns 43, her past really comes out of the woodwork. There's a headline about her and the unspeakable trauma that she experienced as a child. And now everyone knows her name. Everyone wants to know about her childhood, and she's kind of learning about it alongside the world. People are sending her mysterious items in the mail. People are calling her other names like Mary when her name is Sally, and she is just kind of overwhelmed by the attention and also by the realization of her childhood. It just sounds unbelievably good. It's funny because my mom, I don't know, stumbled upon this premise. She stumbled upon this book and she was like, we've got to read this. Yes, we do, Mom. We really do. Next up is a witchy book. This is Her Majesty's Royal Coven. And this is about a group of 4 girls who have been raised together, essentially. And they are the first members of Queen Elizabeth I's Royal Coven. They are essentially like a covert government department and deal with all sorts of things. And in recent years, the Coven has kind of fallen apart. There is now a young Warwick Diane Warwick, what is going on in my brain? There's a young warlock who has come to kind of take down the Coven, and the girls need to get back together, get their lives back together, forgive each other for past, I don't know, traumas, and try to protect Her Majesty's Royal Coven. This is meant to be a series, and this is the first, and I cannot wait to read this. I read one other, Juno Dawson, and I really, really liked it. So I'm excited for that one. Next up is The Death of Jane Lawrence. This has very gothic vibes. It follows a woman, this is historical fiction, I should say. It follows a woman named Jane who has decided to enter a marriage of convenience. This man is wealthy and he has only one condition for her, that she should never meet his family, never go to this home that he lived in his whole life, Lindridge Hall, his crumbling family manor. But on the wedding night, there is an accident. I don't know if it's involved with a carriage or what have you, but she ends up upon the door of Lethbridge Hall, and she has to go in. She has no choice. He is there. And he's a very different man than the man that she married. Who she married was very strong, very confident man. And she meets someone who is terrified and kind of paranoid. And she stays the night and starts to learn more about this home, about his family. I am so here for this. Such a good gothic read for this time of year. Oh Lord, a book that was on like every TBR this year just never happened is They Never Learn, which is so silly because I've only heard good things about this, like not one bad review. So like, why haven't I picked this up? This follows a woman named Dr. Clark, and every year she searches the campus that she works at, Gorman University, and plots this man's demise. Now, she's looking for a particular kind of man, a man who's been doing things to women that is not okay, and she's basically there to bring him down several levels into the ground. And we follow her journey. I think we also follow a student named Carly. Carly's roommate, Allison, goes to a party one night and something very bad happens to Allison at this party. And Carly wants to exact revenge. And so I'm wondering if the two women meet. I'm excited. This just sounds good. Oh my goodness. A book that I think a lot of people are going to be very excited about, and I am too. Bright Young Women. Kind of a bit similar vibes to this in some ways, in the best of ways. We follow a serial killer in January 1978. He is wreaking havoc across the Pacific Northwest. We follow a woman named Pamela. She's a young woman. She is a sorority sister. She's going to Florida State University. She's really not bothered about this guy. It's kind of in the background of her mind. However, one night she hears something in the hall. She goes out to inspect and finds two of her sorority sisters dead. Now, I don't know if she confronts the killer, even sees the killer. I have no idea. But she is obviously traumatized by that. We also follow another woman across the whole country in Seattle named Tina. Tina and her friend Ruth have come together after experiencing some really hard things in their life. They've kind of been joined by this sadness that's befallen them. Ruth goes missing, and our main character, Tina, starts really looking into what happened to her. She will stop at nothing to find out what happened. And she starts to link what happened to Ruth to what is happening in the Southwest. The Pacific Northwest, I should say. I'm assuming these two storylines come together, and I am here for it. Last but not least, I want to read a horror story. And so I'm going to pick up Horror Store. This is by Grady Hendrix, who I adore. It basically is a haunted house story, but set in an IKEA-like building. It's even like this, it looks like an IKEA catalog, and these employees decide, after experiencing some strange things in the store, to stay overnight at this IKEA and find out what's happening. Could anything go wrong? Everything will go wrong, and it will be hilarious and creepy and probably gory at moments because it's Grady Hendrix, but I know I'm going to have a good time. So those are all of the books I'm planning on reading in September. Let me know in the comments below, what are you going to read? Have you read any of these books? Did you like them? Please say that you liked them, because I'm very excited about them. And I will talk with you soon. Bye.